Less than a block off sprawling Piazza della Repubblica, towards the western end of Via Panfilo Castaldi, was the new restaurant I was going to for dinner, Frangente. And once again, I was late for my reservation, which seemed to be par for the course on this trip. I had called ahead to say I was delayed so they'd keep my table. When I got there, I was warmly welcomed and ushered to a nice spot. The word frangente has several meanings, but here I'd go with breaking wave, judging by the graphic design of the sign. Frangente opened in the spring of 2021, but already had the easy feel of a restaurant which has been around for ages. The waiter brought me a plate of bread, homemade grissini, and local salami, always thick cut in Italy, to nibble on while I considered my menu selections. That didn't take long. For my antipasto, I went for the veal sweetbreads with caramelized Belgian endive and toasted cashews. It was another cool evening, and this was sure to warm me up from inside. My ear-related dizziness was much abated, but I still went for a final alcohol-free dinner, so again, no wine pictures or comments. I had told the waiter how much I'd enjoyed the salami, and he, somewhat embarrassingly, brought me another plate after the antipasto to tide me over until the primo. Another hearty dish for the primo. Tortelli filled with mascarpone and guinea fowl, along with strips of oyster mushrooms. It was delicious, and even though it was filling, I noted I still had plenty of appetite for the secondo. This was from the daily menu, a large filet of ombrina, or umbrina, together with a most welcome mix of fresh vegetables, wild baby spinach, Swiss chard, and green beans. So nice to have an assortment of fresh vegetables alongside one's main, especially as it's not at all common in restaurants. There was also a nice scoop of potato puree, which the waiter made a point of saying was not pre-cooked, but pureed à la minute for each order. There was a bit of a lull before my dessert, and I used the time to ask the waiter about the chef and the rest of the kitchen staff. The chef, he told me, was from Riccione in the Romagna. In addition, there were two people from Friuli, one from across the Slovenian border in Istria, one from Genova, and one from Abruzzo. He himself was the only Milanese, and, though young, he had the combination of friendly and unflappable of the most experienced professionals. More autumnal colors in the dessert. A crema catalana flavored with licorice, with hazelnuts and chocolate hazelnut squiggles. This, too, from the specials not listed on the printed menu. I'd heard it recited to the couple at the table next to me a bit earlier, and had then seen and heard their enjoyment. I added my own praise to the waiter when I'd polished off everything. There was still a plate of post-desserts to come, as it happened. At the front of the plate, 2 mini cannoli filled with pastry cream. On the left, 2 mini biscuits. At 12 o'clock, 2 macaroons made from almond flour with a dark chocolate ganache filling. And on the right, 2 mini beignets. The biscuits they called American biscuits were their homemade version of chocolate chip, a far cry from anything you find at supermarkets in the US. A nice ending to a very agreeable first-time visit to this restaurant. I'll look forward to coming back to Frangente in the future.